Thank you, Chair. Yeah, as you can see, this is a campaign about a guy, not somebody, he wasn't famous, he's going to be famous, but he wasn't famous until a few weeks ago. He's been dismissed by his company, and the only crime, as far as we see, is the crime that he set out to organise the union on his site and to bring some better terms and conditions to the members there. This company is called Samworth Brothers. Now, not everybody will have heard of them. They're not Warburtons, it's a family name. But the Samworth Brothers do an awful lot of products, sandwiches, wraps, pasties. Most people will know them for Ginsters. They're the owners of Ginsters in Cornwall. But they own about 8 companies across the Leicestershire area. And our number 3 region, with the help of every other region, as far as I see, has been helping them to organise this company. And this is like we had the debate earlier on. This is on the back of a company that when the living wage or the joke living wage comes in, the company turned to cut in terms and conditions. And our members who were in there rebelled and got other people to join. I've got to say, I attended a meeting with Kumaran in Leicester a number of weeks ago where I was asked to come and address the meeting. And the meeting that I addressed had more people in it than we've got in this room today. There was 400 people in there, and those people were joining our union in droves. And I say that's not just down to the great work of our organising teams who helped out, but of course 2 activists like Kumaran. So let me tell you something about him. 12 years he's worked at that company with an absolutely impeccable record. Not being disciplined for anything, a clean record after 12 years. He became active in Kettleby Foods, which is one of these factories, and he organised 100 members plus, which is absolutely fantastic. And now those workers, as far as we're concerned, because of the work that he was doing, have set themselves up where they've got a voice in the future. He did, I believe, what any trade unionist who found their members under attack would do. He spoke out. He spoke out in the company. He spoke out on television. He spoke out on radio. He spoke out on social media. And of course, as I said before, he spoke at Bakers Food and Allied Workers Union meetings. He was initially, when the company come along with their trumped up charges, he was suspended for 2 weeks. I think is that 2 weeks? 7 weeks, okay. And then dismissed. And this is on several allegations. We believe as a trade union that he was sacked for his trade union duties. But managers now are coming forward. Isn't it surprising? During 12 years of impeccable record, nobody throws any dirt at him. But all of a sudden, managers on the company saying, oh yeah, he used to bully managers. Well look, if he'd have been bullying managers over the last 12 years, they'd have got rid of him then, and not when he's formed the trade union on the inside. So I believe that is just a ruse to get rid of one of our activists. Conference. As I say, we believe these are trumped up charges, and let me tell you what we're going to do and what we want to see. When last year, if you remember, we had the what was the name? I forgot the bloody name. Candy Udwin. We had the Candy Udwin thing last year where we had the speech. We gave up the names where we got it. It went worldwide to help in that campaign. I've got to say that had a successful outcome. That Candy was reinstated. That pressure from not just people who worked in the gallery, but ordinary trade unionists, ordinary men and women on the streets, putting enough pressure on to the museums, got her reinstated with all full rights and all that. And I want to see, and the executive want to say exactly the same for Kumaran Bose, that we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have the photo opportunity. We've got Mark involved. I know Mark's going to say a few words on it. But let me tell you what we're doing. First of all, I've spoken to Michael Calderbank at our parliamentary group, and we've raised an EDM. And what this is going to go into Parliament where we get MPs to sign, and those MPs will then try and get a debate that goes forward to discuss this as a single issue. The other thing I've spoken to Ian Burrell, who's the senior employment lawyer with Thompson's, to see where we can go with this, because I do believe that when you get done after 12 years and after an impeccable record, that there is some collusion going on with these managers to try and come up with these trumped-up charges. So we will do everything that we can. We will advertise it everywhere we can. I'm going to be speaking at a National Shop Stewards meeting in London in a couple of weeks, and if Rob gives me the time to talk, because he normally counts down the minutes for me, I will make sure that the Kumaran Bose issue is raised there, and I hope that Kumaran will be with us anyway to talk about it. So before we do the photo opportunity, what I would like to do, I would like to invite Kumaran Bose just to come down and say a few words.
My name is Kumaran Bose, and I would like to thank Bakers Union. Before I was not in the union, I was not a member of the union. When the 3-4 months before, when the company bring a new contract inside the company, and they said, you're going to sign this, no weekend allowance, no shift premium, and all the night shift allowance is going to go. So we all went into a meeting hall, and nobody spoke about it. I stood up and asked him, why only workers, why not the managers and the bosses can't lose money? Why only us? So they didn't like it from that day. And I asked them, if we can have wage cut, why not the bosses be in a set an example as a leader? Every year you can cut your 5,000 and set me an example so we can lose as well. If the company lose money, okay, we accept it, we are with you. So what we do is, we lose our money, why can't your manager, as a managing director, or my bosses, say, I will lose 1 million, you make 105 million a year. I'll say, okay, I don't want 105 million, I'm giving 5 million for the charity every year, or I don't want that much money. My manager earns £90,000, my directors earn £90,000. I asked them, why can't you cut your wages? Because you can't talk for me, because you're not losing anything. The people on the shop floor, or the team leaders, under the team leaders, they lose it. But you don't lose anything. So you don't lose anything, you can't see what we lose. So they didn't like it. I asked them, they said, it's not a big thing, you have to accept it. I said, no, we're not going to accept it. Those times, I came to know George. George was very helpful. He helped me, and I spoke to him about the Bakers Union. He introduced me, and I understand the unions can do better for me. So I spoke a couple of meetings, and I went to the media. I spoke to them. They didn't like me. That's the main reason they were framing me to get dismissed. But I was fighting for them, and Bakers Union doing a good job. We done a lot of campaigns against Samworth Brothers. Finally, they said, yes, we will give a little bit more. Not because of me, because of George, because of the Bakers Union. Finally, they said, okay, we give you a little bit more, but that's not enough. Only 10% more. What we asked for is whatever they paid, we want it. We don't want any cut. We don't want break cut. We don't want weekend shift premium going. We don't want, on a Christmas day, they said we need to come and work on a Christmas day. They will pay, if I work 4 hours, they pay £50 more. I asked my boss, can you come and work on a Christmas day? Can a managing director come and sit down upstairs? So you say, I need to work. Why should I work on a Christmas day, which I never worked for 12 years? Why should I work? Why you want to change my contract? They didn't like it. When you're having a wine and you're enjoying yourself with your family, why should I work? I said, I can't do this. They didn't like it. So what I did is I organized my people to join in Bakers Union. So I was nearly at 50%. So to join the union, to get the recognition of our thing. On the time, the company can't bear it. What they did is they find some complaints against me, some managers complained against me, and they said I spoke about the media. They framed on me, and they said they suspended me. And then the investigation going on for 12 to 15 hours. George was with me. George helped me a lot. And then we were in the investigation thing. They were telling the same thing. I spoke in the media. I was asking questions to the manager. I'm supposed to ask questions if I'm not satisfied with the contract. So I'm supposed to ask questions. I did. I did the right thing. I want the company to be unionized because I know what unions can do. So I want the Bakers Union to be inside. So I spoke a lot of meetings. I said my staff, I give a lot of speeches to my staff and my colleagues and told them why do we need union inside, and they accepted it. A lot of them joined in the union, so the company thought this is the right time to scare them, so they said they suspended me. So the people are scared now in the company to join the union. What the message Samworth Brothers are saying is, if you join the union, you get suspended, you get dismissed. There is another staff, one of my staff who was with me, she's going to get suspended. She is on an investigation as well. So Samworth Brothers needs to understand what we're asking for the union is to help us, to help them as well, but they don't want to recognize the union. This is not fair for the workers working on Samworth Brothers. They need to recognize the Bakers Union. Until then, we're not going to leave it. We need to fight for it. We need to tell the Samworth Brothers that Bakers Union is going to be there, and the workers in there, they need your help and our help to help them to get their better life. And the people there, a lot of them, the manager says, you don't sign the contract, you lose your job. They scared them. They say you have to sign. I'm the only person who said I'm not going to sign it because it's not right. I don't want to work on a Sunday without double pay. I don't want to lose my overtime. I don't want to come on a Saturday and Sunday on a bank holiday working free for you when you're having a holiday. And they said, oh, it's not like that. You have to do it. You have to sign it. They're scaring the people. It's not about my job. It's about the people working there in Kettleby Foods need to be rescued. They are scared. They are really don't know what to do. Now I'm out. So the people who joined in the union, they stuck there. Because what the message, the management clearly telling them is that if you join the union, you're going to lose your job. You will lose your job. That's what they're trying to give a message to the people in the company. So what we need to get organized, and we try to help me to go back there and do my job there, what I did before, and tell them that we need union. Bakers Union did the best. I would like to thank Bakers Union, who have done a great job for me, helped me. And I would like to thank George, who was with me in my hard time. He was with me all the time. He helped me what to do, how to do. He did a good job. Thanks for everyone, and thank everyone, each and everyone here. Thank you.